Welcome back to Top Select 10, the ultimate destination for all things cinema. If you're an action movie junkie, you're in for a treat today. We've scoured Netflix, Disney Plus, and Prime Video to bring you the best heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping top 10 action films available right now. Whether you love epic battles, high-speed chases, or jaw-dropping stunts, we've got something for everyone. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and get ready to add these must-watch movies to your streaming list. Please watch the full video and choose one of the best movies for you. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. I need your support. Please support me. Like and share the video. Thanks. Let's start the video. Number 10. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The new Apes movie is set many years after the conclusion of 2017's War for the Planet of the Apes. Many ape societies have grown from when the Moses like Caesar brought his people to an oasis, while humans have been reduced to a feral-like existence. Some ape groups have never heard of Caesar, while others have contorted his teaching to build burgeoning empires. In this setting, one ape leader begins to enslave other groups to find human technology, while another ape, who watched his clan be taken, embarks on a journey to find freedom. A young human woman becomes key to the latter's quest, although she has plans of her own. This film has beautiful sweeping panoramas, airy-level camera hovering, and breakthrough human motion captures CGI animation for a full spectrum of ape characters: chimps, orangutans, gorillas, and bonobos. Number 9. Looper. In the year 2047, time travel has yet to be invented. 30 years later, however, it has. Though immediately outlawed, time travel technology is quickly appropriated by the mob and used to cleanly dispose of anyone deemed a threat. The process is simple. When the mob wants someone to disappear, they simply send them back to the year 2047, where an assassin known as a looper quickly carries out the hit and disposes of the body. Joe Simmons is one of the most respected loopers around. Each kill earns him a big payday, and he's got big plans to retire to France. Then, one day, as Joe patiently awaits the appearance of his next target near the edge of a remote cornfield, he's shocked to come face to face with his future self. When the younger Joe hesitates, the older Joe makes a daring escape. Now, in order to avoid the wrath of his underworld boss, young Joe must close the loop and kill his older counterpart. Meanwhile, the revelation that a powerful crime boss in the future has set the underworld ablaze pits the two Joes on a violent collision course, with the fate of a devoted mother and her young son hanging in the balance. Number 8. Shang Kai and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Martial arts master Shang Kai confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. The movie has a storyline that is believable, with the motivations of the villain very realistic. Tony Leung is a spectacular actor and portrays an immense amount of emotion through his eyes. It was a pleasure to watch his scenes. Awkwafina breathes happiness into every scene that she is a part of. Mitchell Yeoh really shows to us what a mature actor looks like. But the one who takes the cake is Ben Kingsley. His scenes, especially the one where he describes his motivation for becoming an actor, are gold. Maybe a movie on an Indian Marvel superhero off the comics: Paras Gavaskar, the Jain mutant who practices non-violence but want to stop evil. Dinesh Dayal, an engineer capable of psychokinesis, or Paras Gavaskar. Shakti Haddad, the brilliant expert in genetics who can locate mutants and manipulate nervous systems, is not too far. Number 7. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In a time of conflict and tyranny, the Empire is on the brink of unleashing its most fearsome weapon, the Death Star. A small band of unlikely heroes comes together in a desperate attempt to steal the plans to this planet-destroying power. Jyn Erso, a young woman with a personal connection to the Death Star's creator, is reluctantly recruited by the Rebel Alliance. Joined by Cassian Andor, a committed intelligence officer, the reprogrammed Imperial droid K-2SO, and a diverse group of fighters and outcasts, they embark on a perilous mission that takes them deep into enemy territory. Their journey leads them to new planets, where they encounter both allies and adversaries, each with their own agendas and secrets. The team must navigate complex moral landscapes and make difficult choices, all while racing against time. The film explores themes of sacrifice, hope, and the moral complexities of war. It's a tale of ordinary people rising to the challenge of extraordinary circumstances, united by a common goal. The film adds texture and depth to the Star Wars universe, providing a gritty and grounded perspective on events that shaped the original trilogy. Number 6. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Kidnapped in her youth, Furiosa has spent her childhood living at the mercy of Dementus, the ruthless warlord leader of the biker horde. After a decade of degradation as his servant, Furiosa has learned how to bide her time silently, waiting for her chance to escape. After all, revenge is a dish best served cold. Now, determined to seek justice, Furiosa must navigate the treacherous wasteland and overcome all odds to keep her deadly promise. However, can she endure the path of fury long enough to carry out her bloody campaign of vengeance against her mother's murderer? What a great film. Overall, this is one of the best movies. Number 5. Thor: Ragnarok. 4 years after defeating the Dark Elves and 2 years after the fight in Sokovia, Thor now finds himself trapped on the other side of the universe on the wacky planet of Sakaar. Meanwhile, a new threat rises as the evil Hela, goddess of death, takes over Asgard and plans to conquer the universe. In order to get home, Thor must compete in a gladiator match against the defending champion of the Grandmaster. Little does Thor know is that the champion is his old friend and fellow Avenger, the Incredible Hulk. Teaming with the Incredible Hulk and his deceptive brother Loki, Thor must return home to Asgard in time to stop Hela and prevent the approaching Ragnarok, the apocalyptic destruction of Asgard. Along with the main storyline, there are many nods and tributes to previous versions such as Planet Hulk and Fantastic Four, as well as a hilarious early-stage play featuring 3 cameos that guarantee big laughs. It is also great fun to spot the reunions from other projects such as Star Trek, Jurassic Park, and Westworld. Number 4. Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, has spent most of his life as an intergalactic outlaw. He soon finds a mysterious orb, and he becomes determined to sell it in order to get rich. However, Ronan the Accuser, a genocidal warlord who is hell-bent on destroying Xandar, wants the orb Peter has found. Peter soon forms an alliance with Gamora, the adoptive daughter of Thanos, Rocket, a wise-cracking genetically enhanced raccoon, Groot, a plant-like organism, and Drax, a criminal who has lost his family to Ronan to sell the orb to the Collector. But they soon realize that the orb contains the Power Stone. Peter and his new team realize that Ronan will use the stone to wipe out Xandar. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, Peter and his friends must put aside their differences with the Ravagers and the Nova Corps in order to prevent Ronan from fulfilling his murderous agenda. Number 3. Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean is a sweeping action-adventure story set in an era when villainous pirates scavenged the Caribbean seas. This roller coaster tale teams a young man, Will Turner, with an unlikely ally in rogue pirate Jack Sparrow. Together, they must battle a band of the world's most treacherous pirates, led by the cursed Captain Barbossa, in order to save Elizabeth, the love of Will's life, as well as recover the lost treasure that Jack seeks. Against improbable odds, they race towards a climactic confrontation on the mysterious Isla de Muerta. Clashing their swords in fierce mortal combat, Will and Jack attempt to recapture the Black Pearl ship, save the British Navy, and relinquish a fortune in forbidden treasure, thereby lifting the curse of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 2. Logan. In 2029, the mutant population has shrunk significantly due to genetically modified plants designed to reduce mutant powers, and the X-Men have disbanded. Logan, whose power to self-heal is dwindling, has surrendered himself to alcohol and now earns a living as a chauffeur. He takes care of the ailing old Professor X, whom he keeps hidden away. One day, a female stranger asks Logan to drive a girl named Laura to the Canadian border. At first he refuses, but the professor has been waiting for a long time for her to appear. Laura possesses an extraordinary fighting prowess and is in many ways like Wolverine. She is pursued by sinister figures working for a powerful corporation. This is because they made her with Logan's DNA. A decrepit Logan is forced to ask himself if he can or even wants to put his remaining powers to good use. It would appear that in the near future, the times in which they were able to put the world to rights with razor-sharp claws and telepathic powers are now over. Number 1. Dune Part 2. After the massacre of House Atreides, the son of the late Duke Leto Atreides, Paul and his mother Lady Jessica travel with the Fremen and learn their ways. While Paul starts getting closer to the Fremen girl Chani, the rest of the Fremen either despise him or worship him as the Lisan Gabe. Paul is torn between his compassion for Chani and the desire to lead the Fremen as their messiah. Meanwhile, the Baron Harkonnen, recovering from his wounds, takes control over Arrakis away from Rabban and gifts it to his psychotic nephew Fade Rotha Harkonnen. Paul is left with a choice of staying at his current position with the Fremen or rising up as the Lisan Gabe and challenging the Emperor and House Harkonnen. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. Thank you.